my hand.
Good.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much.
All right, we see red dot, everybody?
Yes.
Red
Yep.
dot?
Yes, red dot.
All right, so this is the one, a page I reworked. This is one of the first pages I ever created in my webpage. When I got in, it was getting close to Easter last year. First part of March, I think it was, that was my year anniversary. So this was one of the first pages I created was chocolate. So I reworked it a little bit because since then I've gotten other affiliates with chocolate. There's a few that are no longer with CJ. So I had to take those out, rework it, change some pictures. So I posted this yesterday on my social media. And so far I've gotten several hits.
Chocolate, there you are.
Huh?
Hey, did you go to the Z chocolate?
Yeah, Z Chocolate is in there. They
Okay.
actually have some nice pictures in Z Chocolate.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was asking, is that on this?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're down here towards the bottom.
Okay. I saw that. That's a good chocolate page.
So that's how you can use the columns right there. And you can actually use the gallery. I think I used the gallery. I cropped the pictures so that they're all symmetrical. This is just some information I copied straight out of, I can't even remember where I got it from, but it's down here. You know, I always do something funny. You know me, I'm into cartoons, so sugar content. And guess where this goes to? Remember, do internal links. So sugar-free, I got a sugar-free chocolate from Russell Stover's, gave the sugar content, but then I tell them, you know, have chocolate and drink this coffee and don't worry about it. Goes to my coffee link.
I love that picture.
So, so this is my internal link. You see it goes to a page in my website where they can go and read about healthy weight loss and get coffee. So, so that's how you want to always incorporate internal links with your page. So let's see. All righty. And y'all have to excuse my computer. I did a debugging the other day. Had a bunch of stuff going on. I had to clear out a bunch of stuff. So it might freeze up on me a little bit here and there because I still got some more work to do on it. You know, just moving things around, asking questions. And this is a pretty lengthy article that I wrote because it kind of covers a little bit of everything. Hold on just a minute.
Are we all supposed to see a red dot on our record button?
It depends on your Zoom and where you're logged in, but yeah, it should say record, but I am recording because it's showing it on my side.
It's up in the top left-hand corner if he's looking for it on my screen.
Yep. So yeah, it depends.
Record button, but it's not red.
Okay. Yeah, it should be recording, so because it's telling me that we are. So
all right.
So you're good.
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't doing anything wrong. Okay.
Oh no, you're good. So what we're going to be doing, and like I said, it's a lengthy article, which is fine. There really is not a how long it needs to be. You just want to make sure that it's at least 300 words. That is the only criteria you have. Here's
that's where that comes in.
Yep. It has to be at least 300 words, and that's for Google. If you're trying to get Google AdSense, all your articles need to be a minimum of 300 words. There's no maximum limit. The only thing that I would suggest is that if you do have a lengthy article that's, you know, over 2,000 words, I would probably break it into like a series and do 2 different articles. This is a banner that came from Z Chocolate. And here's another picture from Z Chocolates. That's how I ended it up. Here's my reference. I put a page break in there. And then here's the references from the different articles of where I got some of the information from. Now, even though I referenced the articles, I did modify them.
How do you get that?
Huh?
How do you get the reference? How do you do that reference?
Oh, this is just a basic English. You know, if you take anything that's an exact copy and you do not alter it, then you just need to copy where you got the reference. If it's from Google, any article that you got in Google, you just copy whatever your address is up here. And then that way they can go and click it and see where you got the exact article. Even the only thing that I did not change in my article was the table that I have up here, because it does have some good information, but all the other stuff I did tweak it. But I still did a reference because there are some things I did not change, like this right here. I didn't change this because this is just exact information. So I didn't change any of this, and that because it is a big portion that I didn't change, I still use the reference on it. So
Okay.
So that's how, and because, and the thing about it is you want to draw attention. You see some of my stuff is highlighted. It has drop caps on it. And the reason you do that is you want to make sure that you're still drawing the eye, especially if you have a lengthy article like I do. You still want to draw the eye so they can look down here and say, oh, there's something colorful. Let me see what that is. That might be something important. So they will continue to read. Same thing with pictures. You want to make sure that you have pictures that are eye-catching, that are still related. I've seen some people that have done articles and done stuff in their blogging pages, and the pictures don't have any relative value at all to what their article is. They've just thrown a picture in there. So you want to make sure that your pictures are at least related to what you're doing. It makes more sense. Google likes that too. If you throw a picture in here that is not related to your article, then Google will kind of flag you saying that you're doing misleading content to get people to come to your page. Same thing is they'll do misleading content if you have a page that goes to a blank page, meaning that you've drafted the page but you forgot to take the links out.
Right.
So that'll be considered misleading. And these are just banners that I got straight from the company off of CJ.
Okay.
So same thing here. This is a link. Sometimes when you see in CJ, you will see that box that looks like a text. So let's go here, and it just says text, and that's what it would look like. So you would click on the link, you would put it in your web page, and instead of getting a picture or a link, you would get that text. And all that text is telling them, what the sale is, what the discount is, things like that. It doesn't necessarily have a picture, but the link will go straight to you and be credited for you whenever they click and buy. So that was one of the things you want to be aware of. Now, everything has a picture. If it says text, then this is what it looks like when you put it in your system.
Where are you talking about it saying text?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to pull up.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, I'm kind of lost. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So as soon as it pulls up over here, like I said, my computer still needs some work in it. I should have sat at my kitchen table. That way I wouldn't be in my desk where it's enclosed. I might have to go get me a new desk.
Oh, I thought you were at the ball field.
No, that's next week. Next week I'll be in Virginia. Yeah, next week I'll be in Virginia.
We're not going to have the training?
Yes, I am. I'll be sitting at a picnic table probably, or the bleachers.
Okay.
Because there's some kind of crackling sound. That's why I thought you were in the ball field.
Yeah, it's somebody's phone, and I'll probably end up muting us in a minute to make sure we get that. So let's see. So I'm going to show you what a text would be. See right here where it says text? And if you hover over it, it will tell you where it says click here. If it actually has a different, like this one, it tells you what it is. This one says the same thing. So that's all these are right here is it said text. So they will click here and you see that it tells them it's a gluten-free chocolate brownie. It tells them the price. They click on it. It goes straight to that product at that price. Same thing here, chocolate chip cookie collar. And this is, just stuff that I put in there sort of like for filler to break up the actual article to give it a different feel. So it just depends on how you want your article to look. Here's a text media block where I put the picture. Same thing with this one. And you can put your picture on the right or the left, and then you can size your picture, size your text. So there's different directions that you can go, different ways you can work with your paragraph. So if I wanted to come here and do a drop cap, I can do a drop cap on that. And then there I go. And if I don't like the way that looks, maybe I need to expand my picture. Then you can just come here. Yeah, see, that's why I said my computer is really slow. It's not doing what I want it to do. But you can come back and resize your picture. I don't like the way that drop cap looks. So we'll take that out. I seen it just got bigger. So you can come here and do your font size. If I do a smaller font size, see now it looks a little bit better, but then your font's really small. I can go and increase my font size a little bit to make it custom. But for some reason, it's not letting me get to my picture. There we go. So, yeah, it's not moving for me, is it? Although I did see it move just a second ago. But that's one of the things. And then if I want to, you know, like I was telling you last week, if you don't like text media, you can come up here to this tab here and do the drop down, and it will give you different options that you can choose from that is related to that. What is going on? So it will give you the option if you wanted to change your block, but it will only give you, like this one will only let me do an image block. It will let me separate the image from the text. So that's the thing that you have to be concerned about when you do want to transfer it or transform it, is it only gives you a few options based on what it is. And I don't want to do that. I like it the way it is. So that'll be fine.
So how do you get those links to pop up there when you want to do any kind of editing?
Oh, what do you mean? My links here or the image?
The little pieces up at the top left that you can click
that's
on.
toolbar. Yeah, that's called your toolbar. So whenever you go, you want to actually click on in your block. Don't click outside of your block. You want to click either on exactly inside your block, and then your text tab or your tool tab will come up, your toolbar. Each block will have its own toolbar based on what you used. Okay. Like with this one, you see that the whole block, and it tells me I've used an image block. So then I just click anywhere on here. And then you see my toolbar shows up, and then it gives me the option where I want to align it. I have this one in the center alignment. If I wanted to go left, I can do align left. It will move it to the left side. If I wanted to align it right, I can do align right, and it will move it once my computer decides that's what it wants to do. I might have to go out and get me a new computer today.
Yeah, but how do you put your link in with the picture? Because when I put my link with it, it's like the link shows up on the bottom as part of the picture. And
all right, the reason it's doing that is you have to make sure that your picture is highlighted. Well, if you're doing the picture itself, all right, let me get it positioned back where I want it to be. So if you're doing the picture itself, you will get a tool tab over here where it says image settings over here. And this is where you will put your link to. So your link settings will be your custom URL. You always want to make sure that's there. And this will be the link that you will put for your picture. Now, as you can see, I have a text in my picture right here. And that will give you the option. Every picture will give you the option to add a saying or a text back bracket. So whenever you do that, let's do this one. We can do this one right here. If I click on this, you see where it says write a caption. Now my picture is already linked, but if I wanted to go here and let's say I want to do whatever that term is, let's see. Let's go here and look up this company, and we'll put a link there so you can see how you do it. So you want to pull up your affiliate, and what is the name of that company?
Pablo's.
yeah, I couldn't see. CAP. There we go. I want to get rid of you. And then we're going to do search. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to find one that is just for chocolate. So this company is a great company if you get approval for, because it has fruit baskets, it has wine, it has baby baskets, gift baskets, all kind of good stuff that you can use. So that's a baby basket. That's wine.
so you have to find a link for that certain picture with that certain company?
No, you can use any link you want, but like I said, you want to make sure that it's relative to what you're advertising. That's why I'm not putting wine in there or the fruit, because I'm advertising chocolates. So I want to find at least one that has chocolates so that it goes along with the same thing. But if I want to, I can just go ahead and put a basket in there. Here's one right here. It just says, that's the one I used right there, because it tells them that they have all kind of different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to say get code. Yeah, I know.
It is?
No, it's what it's saying. I don't know whose is unstable, but it doesn't like something. So I'm going to come here and say get code.
You better get off the wine basket.
Yeah, but I'm using this picture because it has everything on there. So when they click on, when they click on it, it'll tell them that there's wine and cheese and all kind of stuff they can get. All right.
So if it has wine and cheese and everything, Sheila, then you would still maybe put your wine link in there, wouldn't you?
No, that's the thing. You cannot use somebody else's picture with your link in it. That will cause you to get kicked off. So if I use this picture, then I cannot put my wine link for DC under there. They will kick you out for that. That's called cross marketing, and that's not. And you need to read their contract. Their contract says you cannot do that. You cannot use their picture for another advertising.
Okay, but and
I
if
saw
you
that term. I saw that term cross marketing, and I didn't understand what that meant. Now I do.
I mean, you can cross market, which is fine, which means what you're doing, doing one or two different things in one page. But what you can't do is use another marketing strategy or another marketing house's photos, images, or links for something else that's not related to them. So that's why I'm saying I can't use this picture, which I have on my website, and then do my caption and put DC link under there for my wine company.
Okay, but you could go down a couple of paragraphs and still talk about chocolate and then do another picture of wine and chocolate and then put your wine?
Yes. You can put it on anything other than their marketing. Okay. Since this is the wine baskets information, I don't know why it's not letting me pull it up, but it is not letting me. It is not happy with me today.
All right, that's just what I meant, is that you can, not with that exact ad, but later on somewhere down, you could also then do a wine thing.
So like right here, this specifically says Russell Stover's. So I can't put my Z chocolate here, link for a Russell Stover's ad. Same thing with here, Ethel M Chocolates. That's another chocolate company on CJ. I can't put use a link here for anything other than Ethel M Chocolates. Now, same thing with this is Z Chocolates. Now, the one that I've put in, like this one here, this is one that I have that I found. Like this says Russell Stover's. Why would I want to put anything other than a Russell Stover's link there? That wouldn't make any sense. This is a picture I got straight from Google Images for chocolates. I can put anything there I want because that's a picture I have. It's not related to anything. I didn't pull it off. Same thing with the
marketing.
If you follow wine there, that's where you could connect it, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as you didn't pull the image off of CJ, that's what you have to use. So I might end up just having to shut this down and bring it back up because for some reason it does not like that right now. So
what I'm saying is when I'm in the edit mode, just like the underlined words where you change your link from Rory's to yours, and then when you go to a picture, you don't have the little the little eye emblem when you put it on there. It just stays the arrow, and I can't. When I do click it, all it'll do is let me change my image.
Yeah, on images. On images like with this one, the link to setting is over here. It's not in the picture. It's not on the page. So you'll get your toolbar here, but if you want to link the image, you have to come over here on the right-hand side. And so I'm going to grab this link right here. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So I'm going to copy this link, and we're going to come here and link this picture down here. All right, so right here. So I want to link this picture. This picture has no link. So I'm going to click on this picture. And you see over here on the right-hand side, it tells me that I'm in a block mode. I'm in my image settings. I need an alternative text. So I'm going to put here chocolate lovers. If I can type. All righty.
Sometimes mine's about spelling it right.
So all your pictures, you want to have an alternative text if they're not HTML codes that you brought from CJ. Okay, so there's my alternative text. I'm not worried about my picture width. The next thing I'm coming to is right here, my custom link. Sometimes when you have a new picture, it will look like this, where it says link to settings, you have none. So we're going to act like this is a beginning. So I want to go to my link to settings. It's going to be a custom URL. And then right here is where you're going to put your link. You're going to click here and you're going to paste your link that you want it to go to. So there's my link, got pasted in there. You want to always click open in a new tab. And that's all you have to do for your picture. Your picture is linked. Then if you want to adjust your picture, you grab your dots and they will move. You can make it wider, smaller. And then if you wanted to do your caption, CJ is not opening up. You see here it's saying auto save. That's why it's not letting me do anything. So I got to wait till it finishes auto saving before it'll let me start doing anything else. So there you go. So once the auto save's done, it's doing it again.
So with this picture, how do you click on that link?
The picture is the link. So if you click on the picture, it takes them to the link. That's why you want to link your pictures. Now you do have the option to write a caption. And if you can, I like to do little one-liners, you know, or even just a couple of words and, you know, just to keep their interest. And then you can link that. And what you were saying was that every time you try to link something, your actual link appears on the outside, like it's part of it. Then the reason it's done that is because you click the link button and it gives you the link box. And if you click on the paste your link and hit apply, then your link's going to show up outside. What you have to do in order to fix that is you have to highlight the text that you want to link. So you're going to highlight the text. Come on, highlight the text, then hit your link bar. And then you're going to paste. And then you're going to click your three dots. And you're going to open in a new tab. And then you're going to apply. And then there it shows that that phrase is linked. And then you click off, anywhere off the block, and then you should just have your link or your content linked, then your pictures linked. And usually you want to have them going to the same link.
So it's always the words underneath the picture, not the picture itself that's the link.
No, the picture is linked. They're two separate entities. So what you're going to do is you click on the picture, and the picture you see itself is in a box right here. It's got the three dots beside it. You look over here to your right-hand side, and you see the content for your picture. At the top, it'll tell you you're doing an image block. You see where it says block? It says image. It gives you your image settings. So then you have alternative text. You always want to have an alternative text because Google searches based on your text. If your
does it have to be certain words in your alternate text, though?
Yes, it has. You want your alternate text to be related to what you're advertising. Like my ad is for chocolate lovers. It's for chocolate. So you don't want to, so you want it to be related to what you're talking about. That way, when somebody clicks in chocolate lovers or lovers of chocolate, then because I've used these words, it will show up in the Google images if they just want to look for images. My picture has a better chance of showing up there than with this information than if I didn't have it there. Then if they click on my picture, you know, they can use my picture, but if they double click my picture in Google Images, it brings them to my website that this came from.
Wow, all right.
That's what you want. Yeah. So what you want to do is you see it's telling me, hey, I'm in an image block. My image settings are here. So this tells me the width of my picture, what size my picture is, and then this is the important thing. This is where you link your picture. So you want to go to your link settings. You always want to make sure that your link to is custom URL, and then your link URL will be your link that you got from either CJ, ClickBank, Brunette, wherever you're using for your marketing house. This will be your code that you've gotten. So you're going to paste your code there, and you're going to hit open in a new tab, and then click off of it, and your picture is linked. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do like you do with the wording.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you. Like click here, it would be the same link as click here.
Yes, if that's the same one that you use. But now just remember with wording, your box shows up in the words. You don't have this over here. You do it straight here in your paragraph. The pictures are the only ones that are different. You have to actually use your image detail over on the right-hand side to put your links in your pictures. You can't put your links here. Yeah.
That's where I was messing up.
Yep. And then the other thing is, like I said, if you put this little content right here, then you can link that alt also, and you will do it just like you would do a text link right here. same way.
All
It
right.
shows up right there.
All right.
But if you're showing that your links are showing outside, like it's part of the paragraph or part of the picture, that means that you did not highlight it. So you always want to make sure that you highlight it before you tell it to put a link in.
Okay. Now, I was watching a video the other day. I'm not trying to hog the session or
Oh, no,
anything.
you go ahead.
But I was watching a video the other day, and when I go to change my image, when it goes to Dropbox, I don't have very many images in there. And one of the instructors said that you have to ask Rory to get more images.
There's two different ways now. Rory has a huge Dropbox. If you do not have a business Dropbox, you will not be able to access Rory's Dropbox. If you just have the free Dropbox, you don't have enough space, memory in that Dropbox to contain Rory's images. But it is a good feature to have. He has tons of them. I have Rory's Dropbox. It's wonderful. But I also went to Google and got my own. Hold on, let me update this. And I'll show you. And what it does is when you get access, you just, if you have a professional Dropbox and it costs, I'm not sure how much it costs. Mine's just automatic. It just gets billed out. So if you have Roy's Dropbox, then there's tons of things in there. But what you can also do, and I've done it. Let's see, I'll do two of them. And I did this before I got access to Roy's. I actually had a picture. So this is Roy's Dropbox, or this is my Dropbox. It has all my different files in there. Now this one is Roy's Click Partners, and it's huge. And these are all the different folders that he has in there, and every folder has pictures in it or some type of information that you can use. So if you click on the direct sellers, it has tons of wine photos, and he updates them. Some of them have folders for different things, and then some of them just have pictures. And he adds it. I just got an email one day this week that he added some more photos to his Dropbox. So I'll just need to go there, click on it, and add it to it. If you have Dropbox and you don't have the memory to add Roy's, then what you can do is the same thing I did. I just used my Dropbox before I got Roy's. I created a folder in it and put blogging pictures. Okay. And then what I did was I went, let me get it pulled up. And these are my pictures that I got myself from Google. And I created my folders based on the information I have, like with my wine, baby pictures, wine in bath, because there's I want to take some have pictures of people in a bath, drinking their wine, relaxing, Bitcoin, blogging videos. This is where I've actually downloaded personal videos that I have. Like I said, I was doing the series on my Native American culture, some of the powwows. So I downloaded the videos from my iPhone, put them here, but you can't drop and drag these into your web system, your website, because of the coding. So the best way to do that is get you a free YouTube site, upload them to YouTube, get the URL, and put them in your website. But then all you have to do with your pictures, it's the same thing. You find a picture on Google. Hey, I like that picture. Then you go to Google, you tell it to save that picture save as, and you name your picture, and then you tell it where you want to put it. And you say, I want to put it in Dropbox in my blogging pictures. If you don't have folders like these, I have yet to put them in a folder. They're just random pictures. And I will eventually create a folder to put some of them in. Some of them I might not. But these are just pictures that I liked. I got borders if I want to put a border, on a business card, or, if I use Canva, I can use this border, put a picture in it, create another picture. So there's different things that I can add in here that I like. That's related to my website. So there's different things that you can do if you do not have that business Dropbox. And it's really simple to go to Google, if I can get it to work. So once Google comes up, and you can just type in, say, if you want to do wine. There we go again. So you want to do wine, and you can do different things. If you just want to do pictures of wine, or if you want to do wine and women, you can do that. And then if you just want images, then Google will give you that option. So you have here where you have all, where it shows you everything that they have, but we're mainly concerned about images. You can also go and pull up videos if you want to get videos to put on there, but we're going to go and do images. So once the images come up, then you can look in there and it has you different tabs. You know, if you want to do vintage, wine and women vintage, if you want to do art, you know, so it's got different labels. It's got classy, middle-aged, wealth, different things. But then you can go through and look and see different things. Just find a picture that you like, something that, like I love black and white. This is a picture that we use all the time. This is one that you can use for relaxing, which I think I might do. Remember we talked a few weeks ago about watermarks. See, this one right here has a watermark on it. It actually has the advertising for another name, another company right there. You cannot use watermarks in your website. That is
one next to it has some writing on the wine glass.
Yeah. So now that's fine. That's just an advertising, but this is a watermark, which means that it's an overlay on the picture. This is just an advertising. That's just on the glass. But this is an overlay actually on the picture that says, hey, no, this picture belongs to another company. This is one that Rory has. This is another thing. You can use that. It has writing, but you can't use anything that has, like I said, an overlay. It's very faint. You won't be able to hardly see it, but it will be there. See, like this one right here, it has the X's. It's got the little cylinders right here. Right there, it's in white. It will look very defined if you pull it up. That's also a watermark. You can't use that one. So you want to be aware of those different things. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't use watermarks. In order to use that, you would have to get permission from the company that came from, and then you're going to have to buy it. And then what happens is you know, they will send you the picture without the watermark on it for you to use. That's the only way you can use it.
The other ones that you can use without having to go through all that.
Anything that does not have that, you can use it. I kind of like this one up here with the lady in front of the fireplace. Where's she at? Right here. So I like this picture. It also tells you the size of the picture. So I'm going to show you how you can save a picture. So you're going to right-click the picture, and it's going to give you the commands. You always want to do save image as. And then it's going to pull up, and it's going to ask you where you want to save the image. It's going to say save as. And I always title mine, and it's going to tell you that it's a JPEG image. Your website only allows JPEG images. So if you get a PNG or RTF or anything other than JPEG and you save it, then you're going to have to convert it to a JPEG image.
Where does it say that at? Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
Right here. It tells you the file type. So.
Okay. All right, got you.
Yeah. And so right here, and it automatically defaults to my PC because like I said, I did something last night, cleaned it up a little bit. I don't want it to go there. So I'm going to find my Dropbox. I'm going to find my blogging pictures and open that folder.
So you can't just throw it straight to Dropbox?
You have to look and see where it tells you, look up here, and it'll tell you where you're going to save it. If you need to change it, make sure you change it so you know where it's at. Since I have one that says,
I don't know how to do files yet.
Yeah. So, and it's Wine and Women. I want to go to my Wine and Women page. So I'm going to open that. There's my Wine and Women, and I'm going to click save. And it saved it there. Now, in order to, you know, it's not when you want to create a file or folder, you can go to your Windows document or even go to your go to the actual file where you want to save it. If you do not have a Dropbox, Dropbox is free. So you can get an initial Dropbox for free. Just go to dropbox.com and register with one. It's going to ask you for your Microsoft login or email or whatever associated with your Microsoft account. If you don't have a Microsoft account, it'll ask you to create an email and password. You want to make sure you remember it. And then when it pulls up in your file system, it'll say Dropbox. And then I just created folders. It gives you the option to create folders. So when you go into your Dropbox, you will get all these different tabs up here. So right here, if you want to create a folder, you just click it, create a folder. It's very simple. And it will put the folder there. See, it says new folder. Since I clicked it twice, it did it twice. And so if you know from the beginning, hey, I'm going to name this my blogging pictures or my website pictures or however you want to name it, then you're just going to, you know, highlight that. It gives you the option to rename it. And then you can it's going to highlight it. You can put anything you want in there. So what do I want to put this one? Oh, I know when all right. So I'm going to label that one home decorating because I do have some things in there for lighting and stuff that I'm going to put in there. So then I will be moving all my pictures there. And so you can do the same thing.
Did you right click it? Did you right click it to ask it where you want to put it?
Yes. When you go to get a picture, we can do another one. So let's see. I kind of like this one. This one looks fun. So you're going to right click on a picture that you like, as long as it doesn't have a watermark. You're going to right click it. You're going to go to Save Image As, and I left click that one. And it's going to pull up my picture. And because I've already saved it under Women and Wine, it's going to automatically default to that because that's the last place I went to save anything. So this one I'm going to put, I always label my pictures. That's just me. And I see that it's a JPEG, and then I'm going to click Save, and that picture is saved. So you're going to be right-clicking to get your content or your menu, and then when you click it, you're going to do a right-click and then a right-click. So let's see if there's any more.
How do you move a file to your folder? That's what I'm struggling with. I can create the folder, but I can't move the files to the folder. It's like, oh my gosh.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Dropbox or wherever your information is. And so I'm just going to go straight to my Dropbox. I'm going to go to my blogging pictures. Okay. And I don't mess with the click partners because that's Rory's. You know, you can view it, but you don't want to go in and be rearranging it because this is a shared folder. So if you rearrange the click partners folders, then you rearrange everybody's because it is a shared folder. So I'm going to go to my blogging pictures and say I just created that one that I want to do. So where was that one? I just saw it. Like this one's bedroom. So I want to move it to that home decorating I just did. So I'm going to right click and it gives you the option to move. Where is it at? I don't want to send it to because it's going to send it to the wrong place. So we're going to, you can do one or two things. Yeah, you can drop and drag it. Yeah, if once you get that, you can drop and drag it. Or you can do a copy or a cut, either one. I will probably do a copy and then I will move it up here to the new folder I just created. Where did it go? I forgot what I called it.
I think you called it new folder or no?
It was home something or another. It's
home
here.
Decorating, I think.
Yeah, it was home something. It's here somewhere. We're going to put it.
We're helping you look.
There we go. We're going to put it there, and then I'm just going to hit paste. And there it put the picture there.
Oh, cool.
So, but I don't want, what it's done is it's put this in by itself. I don't want it by itself. That's why I couldn't find it. I want it in my Dropbox, in my blogging pictures. So I'm putting it in my blogging pictures. All right.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken pictures off Pinterest?
Yes. You can take pictures off anywhere if they give you access to them. Again, with Pinterest, you have to make sure that they don't have
Watermark.
a watermark on it, or they don't. If they have a comment that says you're not allowed to use this picture, then you will have to request permission to use it for other things. But for the most part, if it's in there, especially if you find it on Google and it's there for you to use, as long as it doesn't have a watermark, you can use it.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila?
Yes.
If you have paid to like upgrade your Dropbox, how can you get Rory's stuff into yours?
You need to ask your instructor. We have a link straight to Tanya that we just requested. We have to give them your Dropbox email, so you need to make sure you keep the email that you registered with your Dropbox, and then your instructor has to request it to your instructor has to request for you to get it, and then it usually takes Tanya a couple of days before you'll be able to get it. And what you'll see is you will see it in your email. She'll send you an email link, and it'll say you now have access to Click Partners, and then you will just open that up and you will download the file into your Dropbox, and then it will be there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So the other thing, let's see if I'm right. I'm pretty sure this is. Yes. The other thing is, like with here, I'm going to try this. I think this is it. If I want it to move to here, and it will ask me where I want to move it to, that's what I was looking for. And I don't want it to move to templates. Choose a location. And then it will pull up where I want it to go, and then I'll just tell it where I want it to send to. So that's the other way, is once you highlight a picture, it will give you the command to move it to. So then I can click move it, and then it tells me, it shows me my different categories. I'm going to scroll up to the one I moved it to. It just does not want to show me my home decor.
I'll have to try this at least 150 times before I get it to work.
Yeah. It will, and it'll become old news once you get it started. It's just a matter of learning your system. That's all. And I'm going to put it in DIY. And then I'm going to say move. And it's going to move that picture into the DIY. I got to say now it's out of what I call my junk stuff here. And it's actually in my DIY. So I got to find where that folder went, because I moved it somewhere. I bet it moved into Click Partners, because I wasn't paying attention where I moved it to. So
that's irritating when you got to go through all your folders to try to find where it went.
Yeah, it can only be in one of these two places. I promise you, it didn't go too far, but I bet I moved it in here. But that's neither here or there. I'll find it and move it where I need to move it to. But that's how you just move it. But if you, like I said, if you want access to Rory's, then, just request it from your instructor. But just remember that it is a huge, huge, huge folder. And it is shared among everybody that gets it. And if you just have the basic Dropbox, it'll tell you when you try to download it that it's not, you need a bigger Dropbox. Because it is huge, it's big, but it has every picture that you can think of. But he got his from the same place. He got them from Google, and you can do the same thing. It's just go to Google and key in what you're looking for. If you're looking for coffee and weight loss, if you're looking for jewelry, if you're looking for clothing, car accessories, parts, anything that you're looking for, DIY projects, there will be an image, I promise you, on Google for it, and just download it, create a folder. I mean, you don't even have to create a folder. You can just have your Dropbox and just tell it to send it to your Dropbox, and you can create folders later, because pictures will be there, and just move them into the appropriate place.
That's what I was wanting to know a while ago. So we can just send it to Dropbox.
Yes. Yes, you do not have to create a folder. I just created a folder to just make it a little bit more organized for me, but you do not have to. You can just set up a Dropbox and then just put everything in your Dropbox, and then you can come back later and set up your folders like this. Because these right here are in my Dropbox. They're not in a folder anywhere. They're just sitting in my Dropbox.
Okay, great.
Yep.
I've learned a lot this morning already.
See, there you go. So, I forgot to ask, is there anything specific that we need to go over?
Can we go over adding internal links?
Okay. Okay, what is? Go ahead.
Which one of which one of us you want first?
Let the lady go first.
Always.
Here we go. All right.
Good man.
Go ahead.
Hi, Sheila. This is Wonderland.
Uh-huh.
Okay, can we go over adding internal links?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please.
I think that's the only thing you went over, the cross-referencing, what I needed help with too.
Okay. All right, what else?
I think that's something I had today. You went over adding links to pictures in the custom URLs.
Okay. Gotcha. All
Thank
right,
you.
so we got internal links. What else do we need? Who else needs something?
Well, I was struggling with putting my Sephora on still, but should I look that up in the other videos or?
There's nothing on Sephora, but we will go over where to get your information. If you, yeah, that's going to be a little lengthy, so I'll write that down. We'll go over that, but we'll go over Sephora. Let's see, make sure we don't have anything.
Like I couldn't figure out how to get the travel for less link. It's not on my page, and
No.
I couldn't get it to put it up, put that up.
And that's the travel for less is Sephora.
If it's there in your pages, but it's not on my board.
Yep. So we'll go over that. What else do we need?
Sheila, it's Constance.
Yes, dear.
Hi, dear. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? I got some good news from you about you this week. I was so proud.
She actually gave me compliments. Yes, I was.
She did. She's very proud. I'm very proud. So what do we need?
Okay. My Facebook link. What is my Facebook link? Like if I want to, get into one of my blogging, I'm not quite sure what that means.
Okay, we'll get that. I'll show you that because we're going to actually do some Facebook marketing today.
Okay, and I just forgot the other thing. All right.
It'll come back. All right, what else do we have?
I just want to know how to write certain words in color, because when if I write a sentence and I want it like in blue, when I highlight it, it wants to highlight, we do it in blocks. So, but it wants to color the whole block, the words that I wanted. So.
Gotcha. I'll show you how to do that. You have to actually do a different block to do individual words.
All right, Sheila.
Okay.
I just remembered. And videos. I'm trying with Facebook, with Apple, with online YouTube to upload a video. And I know videos. I can do them, but uploading it.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
My personal ones, not the ones online. My personal.
Yeah, you can't. Our system, because I did the same thing. Like I said, I have all my Native American dance that I've recorded over the years that I was using on my website.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do that unless we have any more questions.
Yes, Sheila. Well, recently WordPress asked to do some updates, which I did. And now if I go onto my pages, I right at the very top, I see and it happened in Paul's webinar this morning too. I thought it was something I did, but it has a gray bar and it says menu with some lines that you could click, and then below the gray bar it says show content, and it's like, what is that all about?
It's supposed to be a new feature that's supposed to help you navigate through your system better. I'm not quite liking it.
I'm same here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to turn that off, but I got a feeling as they continue to do updates that eventually that will go away.
Okay, all right.
I don't think it. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm not sure if it shows on the other side. If it's just a customer or somebody visiting your site, it shows up. For some reason, my update failed. It wouldn't let it go through. So it could be all the crap that I was cleaning out of my system yesterday. It might do it today. I'm going to work on it and see. But it could just, like I said, another one of those things that they think is a really great idea for update, and then later on they'll take it down and fix it and do something else with it. So.
Well, Paul was trying to do an update this morning too, and he got an error too.
Yeah,
mine wouldn't update.
Yeah, it wouldn't update for me. So, but there's all kind of glitches, but they'll figure it out and send another update to fix the update like they always do. Okay, what else we need?
Another thing I was wondering is on the WordPress, there's an option there that says W clone.
No, don't worry about cloning.
So, I mean, we can't clone our website?
No, no. It would have the option, and you really don't want to clone your website. And the reason you don't want to clone that is because if it does happen to get out and you're applying for Google AdSense, they will assume that you have a duplicate site and that you're trying to get false advertising and traffic based on your site. So you don't need to clone it. It's there, and tech can always pull up something if something happens to get lost. The only thing that I would suggest, and I tell this to everybody, is when you're creating your original content, the template's always there. We can get that straight from Rory. But if you're creating original content, after you finished with it, copy it and save it in a Word document or wherever you would normally save information, just in case something happens to your site. It gets a virus or something happens or somebody hacks into it, which, is hard to do, but it has happened. You want to make sure that you have your original content to put back in there. We've had a couple instructors that their system crashed for whatever reason, and they pulled their stuff up and all they had back was their original template, and they didn't have any of their original content, so they had to work from scratch. So if you are creating original content, then you want to make sure that you're copying once you get finished with it and pasting it somewhere or saving it as a document for later use or reference so that you always have it. Okay, anything else?
Well, I have a couple of response magic questions, but I mean, I don't know if there's so much to do today that.
What do you need about response magic?
Well, I want to know how to put the images on.
Yeah.
The
the gap.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yes.
All right, we can do that too. And another thing, if you do not have Response Magic on your website yet, get it on there. That you're losing traffic. If you've got traffic and you've started advertising your system, even on social media, and you don't have that magnet on there for people to sign up with, you're losing a potential client. So you want to make sure that you have that on there. So anything else?
And just one other thing about Response Magic, there are 2 links when you get on to log into Response Magic, something squeeze. Could you explain what those are?
Yes, the squeeze links are the links that you use to market with. So if you're going to, let's see, if you're advertising your Response Magic and you want people to register with your website, that squeeze link is what you would advertise with. Just like you pull your link from your website to advertise, that squeeze link is what you advertise with. That's what you put in your website. That's what you put in your social media. That's what you put in your free ad sites, where you can say register with so-and-so, like mine's Mama Chief. Register with Mama Chief to stay up to date on my new fashion blogs or my new wine program or protocols or anything like that. Then I would put that link in there for them to register. And when they clicked on that link, whatever my magnet is that I created is what would show up for them. And you either have vertical or horizontal. That just if it's sideways or long, just up or down or sideways. Because you can't market your HTML code. That's what you put in your web system. But if you're marketing for people to come and register with your site, then you want to use those squeeze links.
Now, I hadn't run across anything that said squeeze links, so I'm confused.
Yeah. All right. We don't have any more questions. We'll go over that first because that's fairly simple to do, Response Magic. Anybody got any more questions that we need to cover? We good? Okay. So we're gonna go over. Let me get rid of this. No, I'm gonna leave that up there. Response Magic. And when you go to Response Magic, it's gonna pull up your information, and you're gonna log in. Okay, so if you've already created a magnet, you want to go to step 3, which is your review. You want to go to your customer magnets. All right, and it's going to pull up all the magnets that you have. So I want to look up the one, let's see, wine delivered. Is that the one I want to use? Yeah. All right. So I want to look at wine delivered. Okay. So here are your squeeze page links. You have this one. It tells you it's vertical. This one tells you it's horizontal. These are the ones that you would use if you were advertising. So I'm going to do one real quick. And if you want to see what it looks like, this is the code that you're going to put in your web system, in your widgets, to get that magnet to show up on your website there in the sidebar. But so you can't advertise this. You don't want to advertise that. But let's say I want to use the vertical. So let me see what it looks like. All right. So this is my direct sellers that I did for a magnet. And I actually have a video in this one, but they can also come down here and register. So I want to use this link. So I'm going to come back to my response magic. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to get my, I'm going to pull this right here. Don't want that one. And I'm going to get this link right here, if it will let me copy.
I'm glad to see somebody else scroll across that and it's not highlighting.
I have a mouse and it still is not responding very well.
That's just so irritating. I can't get it pulled up.
Yeah.
Copy it.
All right. So we got that and I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to come here. And this is my, I'm going to go here and let's place an ad real quick. I say real quick, but you know, it might take a little bit. So I want this to go to throughout the United States. I put my ads. I don't want to see my ads. I want to do post an ad. So we're going to post an ad. All right, and select where I want it to go. Let's do here. It says United States. And what is my header going to be? I'm going to put register now for updates on Amazing Wine Club. And your category is going to be, we're going to put it in miscellaneous. And I'm not going to do anything there. And I'm going to say, or maybe. All right, so that's a quick one. I'm going to put my URL here. There's my response magic link. Yep. So yeah. So there's my response magic link. Do I want to put a I want to put a picture. So I'm going to come here to some of my pictures I have. What do I want to put? I want to put this one, wine. I want to do this one, wine. Here's another one. I like this one with the turtle. Got it. What was that other one I did? I might change it. Let's change this one to this one. Relaxing in the tub. There we go. So we got one for food, and I like to cover different venues. I got one with food, great meal. I got one with relaxing and wine, and then I just got a funny one that says free wine. So then I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to say post my ad. It only showed one. Why did it only show one?
That's what I was looking at. Well, wait a minute. I thought you clicked on 3.
Yeah, I clicked on 3, but it only showed one, which is fine. Let's see which one, which is good. And if I wanted to, I can come back here and let's post another one. I can always edit it later. I want to go to, let's try another city in the United States. Well, no, I don't want to do United States. Let's do another country that I know we advertise to, which is Australia. Go to Australia. And then I'm going to come back here and click on the images that I want. So I'm going to get rid of this one and just start over. Click on this image. And then click on this image. And then click on, where is he at? This one. And then did they all, yep. And then post an ad.
Well, I think what happened before, Sheila, is that check mark I didn't notice the
click.
check mark before.
So now it actually shows how my picture shows. Got the wine, everything. And then it tells me, do I want to post another ad? If I wanted to, I could. But then once they come here and they click this, it takes them straight to that Response Magic information. They can watch my DC video. It'll play for them. It's a 4-minute video, explains the wine compensation, everything about the wine. Then they can come here and register. I will get a notification and it says join today. So they will fill up, hit join today, and they can actually go through here and read the compensation. I'll go through and get my magnet and send them. That's when I'll do my calls during the week. I'll either send them an email saying, hey, I saw where you registered to learn about my wine club. When will be a good time for us to get together and get on the phone and talk? So that's how you would work that, is once you get that notification. I usually come and check mine about twice a week, because sometimes they don't always send notifications when they come in. They might take a couple of days to get in. So I always check mine at least twice a week to see if there's anything new in there. So that's how you would work that on your response.
You get all this from Response Magic?
Yes. I put this in here. This is where you go to Response Magic. You can put video URLs in your Response Magic magnet when you create it, if you have the URL code. So you can do it however you want to, but this does not show up on your website. It's different. Your website only has the information. Now, I'm going to show you how to fix your Response Magic, since some of you want to learn how to do that.
Somebody's breathing into their microphone.
Yeah. If you're not asking a question, if everybody could just mute themselves, that would be lovely. That way I don't have to unmute everybody or mute everybody. That way, if you need to ask a question, just unmute yourself and talk. That makes it a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is show you the Response Magic. No, let's update.
Sheila, can I ask a really I know you.
No, it's not. Can you ask a question? Yes, go ahead.
Response Magic is, what is it?
Okay, Response Magic is your customer request lead generator, is what it is. That's all Response Magic is a lead generator for people to come that have come and visited your website. And what you want, the reason you want that there, and it depends on how you've labeled your Response Magic when you go to create it. A lot of people say, with me, I have different ones. I have 2 different ones on my website. One of them is just general information for them to, like this one is get the skinny on weight loss coffee. Okay. And it tells them 2 cups a day. And they can come here and register, basically fill out their information saying, yeah, I want to know what this skinny weight loss coffee is, because they've come and visited my site. And this is just a lead generator. And based on what you've created in your Response Magic, it'll tell you what they've signed up for, why they signed up. I know that when I go to check on this and they've signed up for this particular magnet, I know they're looking to find out how to lose weight with coffee. So I know exactly what direction I need to go. My other pages is wine. So if I click on another page, it has my wine. So if they sign up for this one, then I know they're interested in looking at my wine. Okay. So this one says get wine delivered to your door. Amazing Wine Club. So I know if I go to my Response Magic and look under this magnet for them, then I know that they've come in here looking to find out about wine and how to get it delivered to their door. Now, I play with my website quite a bit to figure out things, how to make it easier. I've learned how to put pictures in. I've learned how to link that picture straight to whatever I'm offering. So they can come here and sign up for this, click join today. And if they keep reading, they see where it says join the wine club. And here's my direct link where they can go. I don't want to put a link to my wine page here because they're already in my web system. I want them to come here and sign up. So I send them directly to my wine club. And how you do this is what some of you are trying to figure out. Is we're going to go to our widgets. All right. And widgets is where you put this. So once you get that big HTML code in your Response Magic, you're going to come to your widgets and you're going to go either to your left side or your right side. You want to put it on both. So I'm going to come here and you're going to use the text tab. I just got to find which one is my Response Magic. All right, so this is my Response Magic page. So when I come here, I want to make sure when I'm adding this that I'm in the visual side. Now, when you're adding your HTML code, you want to be in your text side. So you see these 2 tabs up here, says text and visual. When you first get your Response Magic and you see this code here, you want to copy it off your Response Magic. You want to come to your website. You want to grab a text tab, and you want to move it to your right and to your left of menu. When you get that done, then you're going to come and hit your text tab, and you're going to paste that information in there. You're going to click saved and then done, and then it'll be there. Now, to add all the cool stuff that's in there, then what you're going to do is, you see this button here, it says add media. So when you click add media, it gives you the option of where you want, to go to your website, go to, your Dropbox, wherever you have pictures stored. So that's where you want to go, and you click add your media. And if it's your media library, is all the pictures that you've ever used in your website is here. So if you know it's a picture you've already used, then you don't need to upload it again. You just need to look through your media library, find the picture you want, and add it. If it's one that you just downloaded and it's not here, then you want to go to your upload media. Once you get that done, then you're going to say insert it into post, and it's going to put it in your post. Now, the thing you got to remember, though, is you want to make sure that you have your cursor where you want your picture to be. This isn't like your system. You don't have to have blocks. This is not controlled by blocks. So you want to make sure your cursor is exactly where you want your picture to show up when you do add media. The same thing with the link. Like this one, I want to put a link in here. So let me go to my Dropbox. I'm going to go to my templates, and we're going to add a link. So I'm going to go to my new student information sheet. And I want to put in there my Valentis tour link. So I want them to be able to go and tour my Valentis. So I'm going to come here. All right, come on. So once this comes up any day now.
Oh, you went ahead and muted everybody.
I did, but somebody unmuted themselves. I did have everybody muted, so we'll do it again. There we go. Any day now. Come on, babe. Yeah, I might be getting me a new computer today. This is just too slow. Mm-hmm. Now we'll have 20 pages of Word open up. So let's do it this way. I know you're not responding. So, too much downtime. I'm sorry about this, guys. This is being a pain in the derriere. All right, so I'm going to come here and get my, this isn't even the one I wanted, but I'll get it. Use this right here. Copy. So then we're going to come back here to our widgets, and I'm going to type take the tour today, hit my link button, put in my link here, open in a new tab, add link. I'm going to add it. Oh, I didn't want it to do that. Okay, because this is not in block form, it won't let me add the link to it. So I'm just going to put, that's why I had to put the link. I was trying to figure out why I had just the plain link on the other one. So that's why. So take the tour today, then I'm going to click save. Then I'm going to click done. So now when I go back to my web page, visit my site, and I look at that magnet now, it's going to have the link for them to take my tour for my Valentis link. So that's how you will go about making your link. So there it is. You got the picture, and then it's got the link for them to take the tour. And then all they would have to do is just click the link, and it will take them straight to my Valentis tour. It says take the tour today. So that's how you can go in and basically doctor up your response magic and get rid of that big gap that's in there and make it look a little bit more. It's just another way to use your tools to advertise whatever you want to put in there. So, all right, I'm going to unmute and see if we have any questions on that.
That goes totally against what you told her, what you said before, that leave that blank space alone.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't take the spacing out. That's the thing. You can't take the spacing out. So that's one thing I did not do. I just altered the information that was there, but I did not remove the spacing. Therefore, I didn't alter the HTML code. So that's why this is okay to do, but you don't want to go into the visual and backspace until all that space is out, because then you're messing with the code. This is not messing with the code. The code's still there. I'm not taking it out. I'm just adding things to it. That makes sense? All right, somehow that makes sense. All right.
I'm going to have to watch this several times.
Yeah. And it's not something, it's a little advanced. I mean, this is something you do later after you get your system done, when you're playing with it and making it, you know, more unique, more to your pleasing, you know, how you want yourself represented in your website. So that's how we're going to do that. All right. So now we're going to go back to adding internal links. And internal links confuse a lot of people. And the reason being is because we're so used and accustomed to going and getting our links from CJ and, you know, ClickBank and all the other places, Brunette Marketing, that we go and get all of our information from. All an internal link is a link that is from your own system that you're putting on a page that you've created or that you're creating. Like, let's see. I'm going to pull one of my pages in my coffee that I've done. Is this one? And all an internal link is, and it's strictly based on the information that you're using on your page. So it determines on whether your internal link goes. Like this is one I did for healthy weight loss. And the whole article is about healthy weight loss, different things that you can use to achieve that weight loss. And I've linked it all to my Valentis. Here's a, you know, I pulled a link from YouTube on a video. It was a really short video on weight loss, obesity in America. So that's, you know, something big, just something I added to it. and here's, talking about, here's another video I pulled out for exercise, how benefits of going to the gym, just different things that people use to lose weight, different things that they're using to lose weight. These are all linked to equipment or programs that I have from CJ for gym equipment, for health equipment, exercise outfits, things like that. Then I give them alternative. Here's Bistro MD. It's a great weight loss company that's in there that ships food, prepackaged foods that you can use. And then I came down and used my weight loss coffee. Okay. So then I used everything for Valentis, different things that I have for Valentis, different pictures. You see how I rearrange the pictures. Once you get them in there in your gallery, you can rearrange them to how you want them to look. Here is my Valentis Slim Roast Optimum video that I got off of YouTube. So different things. And then at the end, I always want to give a link to whatever I want to do. So I, come here and say, start today. This button is linked to my Valentis so they can go and order Valentis. But then at the very end, it's like, all right, now celebrate with your favorite glass of wine or your favorite wine from your very own wine club. So this is an internal link. So if I click on this link, it's going to take me to my wine page that I chose that I want them to go to for my wine. So then they can come here and it takes them to my direct sellers. That is not what I wanted them to go to, but that's where it took them to. So, but you want to go in here. Let's edit this page because I need to change that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and do an internal link. So what I want to do is I want to go here and find a page that I want them to go to for my wine. And that's why I say whenever you're working in your system, you want to make sure that you have 2 programs up so you can choose which internal link you want to use. So I want to send them to my wine page, but I need to see which one I want to send them to because I have several. So let's go in here and pull up. It's a jumpy thing today. So my cooking, food, and wine. Let's send them to this one. So I'm going to open this one up. That is so not the one I wanted. I will have this fixed before next week. I promise you that because I'm just about ready to chuck this out the window. I want to send them this one, so I'm going to click on this. And then here's my internal link. Your internal link is always going to show up in your search bar. This is your search bar. So all I'm going to do is copy this link. And then I'm going to go to the page I'm working on. And once it pulls up, I'm going to go to the site, the spot that I want to put that internal link in. Did my site go down? We might get through all this today. There we go.
I don't mind spending the afternoon with you.
Huh?
I don't mind spending the afternoon with you.
Yeah, and I'll have an excuse when I tell my husband, it's like, hey, class went long today.
I second that, Sheila.
So we're going to scroll down to my wine, my little wine lady, and I use her all the time. She's my go-to. I think she's very classy. So I'm going to come down here, and it says celebrate with your favorite wine. Okay. And right now it has the link that's going to my direct sellers. Well, I don't want it to go to my direct sellers. I want it to go to a page in my system. So I'm going to highlight this. Okay. I guess I might highlight this. I hope my battery's not dead on my mouse.
Could you just replace the link with, could you just left click it?
That's what I'm going to do, but it still has to be highlighted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it still has to be highlighted. Because if not, then the link will show up on the outside. And I don't want that.
It's like I said before, I'm glad I'm not the only one that scrolls over and it's not highlighting it.
We go through a lot, don't we? So as soon as my broken link shows up, we're going to break the link and just get rid of it. But you didn't necessarily have to do that. So then I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to add my link. Click link. And I'm going to add my new link there, which is going to be my internal link, which goes to a page in my system where they can come and read about wine. Now, this is the only time that you do not want that link to open in a new tab. And the reason being is because they're going straight back to your website. They're not leaving your website. So if on internal links, all you have to do is click apply. And it's there. You do not have to open internal links in a new tab because all they're going to do is click on this link and go straight to your wine page, which is still in your website. Same thing with the picture. Let's see where we sent the picture. So I'm going to come over here and look at my picture, image, information. See, I don't even have this picture linked. So let's go and link this picture. I want to link it to a custom URL. And pull my thing down. Where I want it to go to is I want them to go to my web page that I sent them. I'm not opening it in a new tab because they're going to go to my website anyway. So then that's done. I already know that's going to my direct sellers, which I'm fine with that. They can go there. Yep, so that's going to my direct sellers. I'm okay with that. And then, so that's how you're going to create a new link. Now, you don't want to put a wine link on, a dating service. Well, you could put it on a dating service, but again, you want to make sure that your internal link corresponds or is a good complement to whatever your preceding article is about. So, you don't want to have stuff that are not related or that cannot be related together in a website or in your when you're creating an article and you do an internal link. And your internal link does not have to be in the bottom. It could be anywhere in there, just like on the one that I did for the coffee, the weight loss that I did for the chocolate. It goes back to my weight loss page, my healthy weight loss, and that was in the middle of my page. So it just depends on what you're writing, where it's at, and what you want it to link to. But you want to make sure that they are corresponding information. So I didn't want to put I'm doing the chocolate, so why would I want to send them to seafood, something that's totally not there. But, I can do weight loss, I can do chocolate and weight loss, give them some incentive. Hey, you can still have your chocolate, drink a couple of cups of coffee, things like that. And then like also on the chocolate, I can do a dark chocolate with one of my chocolate companies and say, enjoy it with a fine glass of wine. Red wine and dark chocolate goes hand in hand. So there again, I could link an internal page and send them to my wine romance page with chocolate and wine. So there's different ways that you can do internal links. But just remember that an internal link, all it is just a page within your system, and you're going to link it to whatever it's corresponding to that you're writing about. But Google they suggest, it's not really required, but they do suggest that you do have an internal link. When you look at your Yoast down here, in your readability and your keywords, can't remember which one it is. I think it's in your focus keywords. It might be in your reading analysis. One of them will tell you that you do not have an internal link. If they give you that and you still are in orange, if this isn't green, then you want to go back and put that internal link in there, and then you should get a green. Now, if any of this information in here is red, see how this one is red? It says I have 3 consecutive sentences. You want to try to fix that, but because this is so small compared to all of this, it's still giving me a green. But I can go in there and fix that. That will be fine. But you don't have to have all of these green to get this green. But if you had 2 reds or a red and an orange, this would be orange until you fixed one of them. But you can have 1 red or 1 orange, or a couple of oranges, as long as it wasn't 2 oranges and a red. You'll never get a green like that. So I only have 1 red. It's a small one. I can fix that. So this tells you all the different things that you need to fix. Here's the other one. Here again, my meta description says I don't have one. So I need to go in and fix it. But I have more green than I do any of the other stuff. This is simple things that I can fix that will make it better readability, but I still have green. So I'm not really worried too much about it. So I can, and this one right here, it says I'm linking a key phrase. Whenever you see this, this just means that somewhere in your page, either on a picture, and it's more than likely on a picture, on a meta description, not a meta description, but on an alternative keyword, that you're using the same word or same phrase that you have for another system or another article that you wrote. They don't suggest you do it. It's easier to fix this one, since I know this is what it's saying, than to try to find the one that I put in there. So it's easier to fix the one that you're looking at. Okay? So does that answer your question, Wenderlin, about internal links?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. All right, so let me update this page. I'll come back and work. And that's why I said your pages and your system is never really complete, because once you go back and after you've been in it for a little bit and go back and do some of your other pages, then you will come back, you'll know what to fix and how to fix it. It just makes a lot more sense once you get everything under your belt and get more comfortable fixing your pages. But until then, work with that SEO. Just work on getting an overall green and green. You don't have to necessarily worry about trying to get every dot green, just your overall picture, you want it green. Okay? All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is the word coloring. And we went over this last week, but some of you weren't able to attend. In block session, when you do blocks, it only gives you the option to do colors right here, your color setting. In the block format, you can only do the background color, or you can do the text color, which means all the words are going to be the same color. So if you come here and say, hey, I want this to be purple, and you get your color to come up, you move your color over, find the exact color you want, so then there's your color. And it changes your whole color text. And that's about the only thing that this section can do. However, you also have the option to add a block. And a lot of you need to explore your different functions. You have your most used blocks, which is the ones that you use all the time, that, like it says. Then you have your common blocks. Again, they're usually the same as the most used. Then you have your formatting. Your formatting has several different blocks in there where you can add tables, HTML code, performer, however you say that. Quite different things that you can do. Performat, yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, that one. And then you have
formatted.
There you go. Then you have your layouts. Your layouts is another thing. You can add columns. You can add page breaks. The button is a good one. Text to media or media and text blocks. But in order for you to get what you're looking for when you do color, is you want classic block. So you're going to do a classic block. Now, when you do a classic block, it looks different because it has all your tabs or your information. Your toolbar is going to be up here. So when you want to add a picture, you do everything in this box. If you want it to be a header, you're going to put which heading you want it to be. Don't use a number 1 header, because that's strictly for your title of your page. You can do number 2 header all the way down. But if you wanted to be a header, you put header. If you wanted a paragraph, you would do paragraph. You can do bold, italics. If you want to do a link, if you want to add media, then you click media. The thing about when you add media in the classic, your cursor, this right here, has to be where you want that picture to be. So if you're typing words in, when you got information in there and you're like, hey, I'd love for this picture to be at the end of this sentence, then your cursor has to be at the end of that sentence, and it works just like a block, a regular block. You will hit add media. It will pull up your categories either from your media library or your updated files. And once you get there, then, you just click on the picture that you want to use. And then you can add that picture in there. I thought I had one. I'm just going to add a picture. Thought I had one with chocolate bath. So we're going to click on this picture and then we're going to insert it into the page. Again, come on. You're going to insert it into the page. And it works just like a block. And then once you get it in there, then you can click on it and position it where you want it to position. And because this is in classic block, you can continue to still, write everything that you need to write. If you want to do color, you do the same thing. And this is what they're trying to get for the block format. They just haven't got the coding correct yet. All right. So we're going to use this just for a teaching. So in the regular block format, you would only be able to do this in one color. But since we are in the classic block, you can do individual colors. So what you would do is, again, you would highlight the word. You would go here to your A, which is your text color. And you would just choose the color that you want to add that color to. Now, what you have to remember, though, is once you convert it back to regular block, and you do have to convert it to regular block if you want to add links to it. But once you convert it to regular block, if your colored word is one that you want to link or put a link with, it's going to remove your color and put it back to blue when it adds that link. So whenever you're adding color to words, make sure that word is not one you want to link. Because if you link it, it's going to take away your color and it's just going to be the regular blue of all linked words or phrases. So in order to do word or coloring, you have to be in classic block. Same thing with if you're doing a header and you want header to be colors, you have to do a header in classic block in order to color it. If not, it's going to be the blue. That's the only thing. If you're going to link it, the color is going to go away and it's going to be blue. Once you finish everything and all you need to do is add your links, then you're going to have to convert it to blocks, just like you do all the other ones. And then your colors will stay, your pictures will stay where they are. They won't move around and be repositioned. They'll stay where they are. And then it will be in blocks. But anytime you work on it after that, it will be in a classic block, a regular block. You cannot revert back to classic. Once you update it and convert it to blocks, it cannot be converted back to classic. You just have to open another classic block, copy, and start over. So,
okay, can you show me how you got to classic from blocks one more time?
Sure. Whenever you see a block and you see this plus sign right here, and you want to add a block, then you want to look under, I think it's layout or formatting, right here where it says formatting, and you see your classic block.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people, when they're used to just coming here to where it says most used, you have 4 other different functions down here that you can utilize. You have your most used, common blocks, formatting, and layouts. So these are the ones that you use, and that classic block is in formatting right here.
Okay.
All righty. Also, a good one to use is in this layout elements is where you have your text and media. That's where if you want to do a picture and text at the same time. The only thing is when you do media and text, you cannot link the picture. So that's the only thing. You can position your picture, around your text somewhat, but not a whole lot. But you cannot link your picture. For some reason, it won't let you, but you can still link text, put text words in there to link. You can put your caption up underneath your picture and link it. The button's really good. That one, when you use the button, just remember it does not give you the option to open in a new tab. So that's why I always say if you're going to use the button, either make sure it's almost towards the end, because when they click it, it's going to take them away from your website, and they're going to go to wherever your offer is taking them. So,
okay, I understand that.
Yeah. So, but there's several. We don't worry about the widgets and the embeds because that's just a little bit too much right now. But for the most part, these first 4 is where you need to go and just explore and see what you can do to help make your website the way you want it to be. But just remember
can we experiment like in our dashboard, like making a new page? Can we experiment like on a new page?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the way. That's how I learned how to do my magnets. Go in and play around with it. If you don't like it, guess what? There's this neat little thing right here. It's called remove the block.
Yeah, I know that.
So yeah, if after you, I would highly suggest it. Play with your system. That's the only way you're going to familiarize yourself with it. Learn what you can and can't do. Like I said, there's only 2 big things that you cannot do. You cannot change your domain name and you cannot change your password. Other than that, the web system's yours. Go in and play with your tools that you have, and figure out how you want it to be. Make it personal, decorate it, play with borders, play with pictures, play with those blocks, play with colors. Just see what you want and how you want it done and just go from there.
Okay, now, could you go back to your website and go to your menus, and I'll tell you what I need you to do from there.
I sure will. Give me just a minute. So where,
okay.
Hold on, let me mark off what we've done so far so I don't lose my train of thought. I know we still got to go over social, and it's 3 o'clock. Good Lord. Single word.
Just this one last thing, and then I'll be done with it.
All right. All right, so we just did that, and we're going to come here. So what do you need? We're at...
Just whenever you visit your site, your menus, okay, just on, just say blockchain innovation, click on that.
All right. Okay.
Okay, all right. Now do you see right here where it says blockchain details? And cryptocurrency information and support? You see how that's in blue and the rest is in black?
Yep. That's
what I need to know.
This was done pre-update. This was done all in Classic before Classic was Classic. Classic was the original format. So this was all done in original format. We updated to the new 5.0 WordPress. When that happened, these color distinctions went away.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's because I couldn't ever get it to do it.
Yeah, and this is where you would go to Classic. The Classic block, if you wanted to create one like this, you would go to Classic. But because this is linked, once you put that link in there, it's going to turn it to blue. There's no way around it. The reason this isn't blue is because when we updated, it stayed the same because it was already linked. The new system, we can't link in Classic. It won't allow us to.
Okay.
So that's why you can go in and play with the Classic block. You can get your colors, you can get your pictures and arrange it the way you want to. But if you want to link it, you have to convert to regular block and then put your link, and it's always going to be blue. The link's always going to be blue until they fix that.
How did he get his words to look different, like cryptocurrency mining? Those words
again, that was in Classic. You can play with your text in there and your sizing. You can't do that in regular block. It's all one format.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is pre 5.0. That's why they're all different. So that's why I said if you want to try to get this a look, you can get the color change, but if it's linked, it's not going to be blue. Same thing with your text. If you want to do your text information and change your size and your font, then play with it in the Classic block. When you get it the way you want to, then update it to regular.
Okay, so I can do it in Classic, but not block so far.
Right. So, but once you do it in block, just remember that if you're going to put a link in it, then you have to make sure that the link is not color coded that you want it to link to, because it's going to change it. Same as block. It's going to change it to blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
but you can go
we
in
won't be able to do that until the future when they change it.
Yeah, when they're working on making sure, and I'm pretty sure probably by the end of the year, at least by midsummer, they'll have some of the kinks worked out of it. But right now, you cannot go in and change color for your links.
'Cause I like that. You know, it catches the eye.
Yeah. So that's the only thing you can do right now is just play with the color in Classic. But if you want to link it, it's just going to convert it to blue.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know if is cryptocurrency mining, is that linked?
Yes, this goes to an internal link. So if you click on this, it goes to a page in your system that explains cryptocurrencies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is internal links.
How about the green cryptocurrency?
Yeah, all of them. Anything that's linked, see, as soon as it gets that underline in there, that lets you know that it's linked.
But it'll be blue if I link it now.
Yeah, it'll be blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got you. I'm going to leave you alone now so you can cover what you want.
Gotcha. All right, so the other thing we're going to go through is Sephora. Now, like I said last week, when you log into Sephora, you want to make sure, if you haven't logged in, get the link from your instructor. And as soon as you log in and it gives you your information, bookmark it there, because that's where it's going to give you your link. Is here. Now, if you go to where it says continue searching and hit here and then bookmark it, it's going to put you on where you go and search for hotels. That's where it's going to bookmark it, and you can't go here. Now, the other thing is if you've already done that and you can't get back to this page, the only way you're going to get your link is to go and download the app from on your phone. You have to go to the App Store, either Google Play or your Apple Store, download Sephora. And then once you download it, then you will get your link where it says invite, which will be on the top left-hand corner. It says invite, and it will give you this code right here is your invite code. But in order to get your link, everybody has the same part, the HTTPS Sephora.com invite. So you would use that and then put your personal code at the end, and then that'll be your link that you use to advertise with. Okay, so if you don't see this when you log into Sephora on your desktop, and you see this when you log into Sephora on your desktop, which will be your search hotels, then you cannot get back to where you were at previously, because this is where you bookmarked it. So you can't get back to what your information was.
Well, I went there through my instructor's link, and after I signed up and everything, it gave me my own link. So maybe that's what they're asking.
Yeah, you need your own link to advertise. So when you go into Travels for Less, then that's exactly what you want to do, is you want to put that code in there, that link that shows up right here. This is the link you put in your web page. That HTTPS, that's going to be your link, just like you would get one from ClickBank, CJ, Brunette, their link. This will be your link where you put in Travel for Less, which will be this one right here. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go to Facebook. And you were wondering where you would get your Facebook link. Mm-hmm. And if you've created a new page that you're advertising just for your business, then your link will be right here in your toolbar. This is what you would use. So this will be your link. You would copy this, and that's what you would be putting in your page, in your web page. I know the Wine and Coffee both have Visit Me or Follow Me on Facebook. A lot of you were leaving Rory's link in there. You need to take that out and put your link. And you don't necessarily have to use Facebook. You can use your Instagram. You can use your LinkedIn. Anywhere that you're going to be advertising on social media. That's where you want to put that. And again, here's my page I put in yesterday for my chocolate lovers information. Here's where I put for my my website for my hotels. As you can see, I threw in one of my logos on here. I put it in there. So now not only do they see best hotel deals, they can actually follow me and go to my wine page if they want to. So there's several different things there. So this is where you can go. And then I have, this one is my business page. but it's still a page in my system. This is my personal page.
Okay, the one where you're just out is your personal page, and now we're going to the business page.
Yep. So this one is my business page.
Okay.
As soon as I get it up. And as you can see, it changed. So now this, I don't want the notifications. So for my business page, this is where I send people. This is what I have on my website. So they can come here and sign up. And as soon as they sign up or follow me, I'll get a notification that so-and-so wants to follow you or, you know, wants to be invited to. And they can come here and look at my webpage. And this is where I do nothing but business advertising. I don't put anything personal on here. I don't put my family photos on here. When people come here, they see my avatar. And that's what I want them to see. And they see, can you please mute that? This is what they see for my avatar. They see my information, but you know, as far as personal stuff, they don't see that. All they see is just what I want them to see for my business information. And this is, like I said, I use strict advertising right here. And I can invite friends over. Once you create this page, you can invite friends. It gives you the option to invite friends. So you can actually invite friends that are on your personal page, but you don't have to invite everybody. And then that way you keep personal from business. Some people use their personal account to do their business with, and that's fine because that's where they have everything structured and have their biggest following. That'll be totally up to you. If you don't have any following on Facebook, then it really doesn't matter. You can build up one as you build up the other. So it's just totally up to you on how you want to do that.
Yeah, Sheila, it's content. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I don't do I do Facebook just a itty bitty little bitty bit. But so you just said if you don't have a following, so that's about where I'm at. So I'm starting all new, correct?
Yep. So that's what I would do was if you don't have a following, you can actually use personal, but if you know for a fact that you're going to, you know, build it up and use it for personal stuff, then I would go ahead and create that separate page, and then that would be your business.
Oh, no, definitely. Yeah, no. I just meant that, you know, I don't really have that much experience because I just don't do, you know, but I have my Pie Wacket page also, you know.
Yeah, and there's great videos on YouTube on how to, you know, use Facebook as a marketing strategy, how to build up Facebook. You can just, YouTube's just like Google. If there's a question for it, you can find it on YouTube and just watch the videos. Some videos are lengthy. Some videos make no sense at all, you know, but there is a wide range of information out there that you can use to find how to work these social media outlets.
Okay, but I did try everything from the iMovie manual to YouTube, Facebook of how to get my little movie section that I made up.
Yeah, and this is what I did, and because I tried to get it on there for mine, and it just wouldn't go. It didn't like the coding. So you can go to YouTube and create a personal account and make it private and download all of your movies from there. That's why I created a file, and that's what I had to do. And then once you do that, let's see, go to my channel.
How do you make this on YouTube? Could you show us how to do that? Please?
You just go to YouTube and sign up, because it'll ask you, you know, do you want to sign up for an account? You just sign up for an account. It'll assign you a name, which this is my YouTube channel. Once you get on YouTube, especially if you've ever used it before, it has a toolbar like everything else. You want to make sure you're in your channel. You can customize your channel, which means, you know, you can add your picture, your profile, all the different things that you want to do. So here are my videos. And what I did was I downloaded that file. I told you I had the file. Here are my templates, or in my blogging pictures. When that comes up, I have a file that I put my pictures, my videos, and I downloaded all my videos, and I had to send them to my email or my phone. But actually what I did was, because I have iCloud, Amazon iCloud, they're all in my Amazon iCloud. So I just pulled up my Amazon iCloud, and I dropped and dragged them into my blogging videos. And it looks weird because it's in video code. And I named them as soon as they come through. You know, I said iPhone videos. and I named them. See, there's my home decorating. It's where it had no business being. Lovely. So we're going to move you to blogging. No. I just want to drop you right there. It didn't drop. So anyway, so here's my iPhone videos, and once they open, you can see that it's in movie images. This will not translate into your website. It doesn't like the code. I'm not sure what the code needs to be, but it will not let you put it in there. I've tried and tried and tried and tried. So what I did was, after I got them downloaded from my iCloud to this folder, I went to my YouTube channel, and you see this picture right here. It's a camera, and it says create a video. And then all I did was I clicked on that, and it asked you, where's your video? Just like it does when you pull up for a file, a picture on your website, it asks you where you want it to come from. Same thing here. So if you already have it downloaded in your computer system, then you can do the same thing here. You know, just click on this button, and it will ask you where you want it to come from. I told it where to go. It downloaded the image, and then it's just like any other video. These are the videos of, let's see, which one is this? That's my daughter. This is where we were in Napa. Y'all, this is amazing. So I'm going to show you this. So once I downloaded it, then it put it in the format that I could use in my website, just like any other. So, so this is a video of us in the cellar at our last winery. See, everybody, I was taking pictures of everybody sampling. There's Trey Bear. He's from DC. So same thing. There's Miss Tony. And there's our host. There's all these people from DC. There's Rory. There's Miss Kathleen. And there's Jennifer. But, you know, it's real short. But anyway, what I did. So I downloaded it. And so what I can do now is, once it's downloading and it starts playing, then I will just come here and it starts playing, and then I will right click the picture, and it will give me the option, get that out of the way, where it has me to copy the video URL, which is what I want to do. I want to copy the video URL. And once it copies, then I can take it back to my web page. And when I incorporate a media or video information, so let's go to my travel page. So if I come to my travel page, and I could actually put it in vacation ideas. I come here to my travel page, and it's like, okay, I want to put this picture in here, give people some ideas on good travel information. And so once the page comes up, and I want to add, and I think this is still in classic. I don't think I've done anything to it. Yeah, this is still old, so I got to get in there and take this out of there. So we're going to edit page. I don't know why I'm having to double click everything. I got to go back and set my settings back up with a single click. So once I come here and I'm going into edit page, I'll probably link this up and play with this some today, because I got some more stuff I want to put in here. If it decides to come up, then I can go and add my media content. And once I add that media content, it's going to give me the option to put a URL in there, and that's where I'm going to copy that URL. So this is still in classic. I'm going to convert. See, actually, I'm not going to convert to, I'm going to leave it in classic, for the simple fact that I want to play with it for a little bit.
Yeah, and once you convert it, you can't bring it back over there.
You can't go back. So,
but I don't have travel for less on my site at all.
All right, if you don't have travel for less at all, then what you need to do is go to 1f16.com, which is Rory's website, and copy it from there and just bring it over to your website.
But how do I put it up on my site, on the page site?
You're going to add a new page. So once you, hold on, let me get this for Miss. See, because it's not in block, I can't, it doesn't give me the same information. So, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about when I go and where is it at? I thought I had 2 pages up. But if you want to, when you go and copy it, you go to 1f16.com and you go to Travel for Less and copy it. And then you're going to come to where it says Pages, and you want to go to Add New. And once you hit Add New, yes, I know, leave. Then it's going to pull up a blank page. And the thing you want to be for sure, and a lot of people forget this, and they just go ahead and start typing. Yes, I want to leave. Is when you start a new page, you have to put your title in first.
And it's got to match the title that you have for that one.
If you do not put the title in first, it will title it itself, and it will be a bunch of gibberish, and you have to go in and modify everything. So you're going to have a new page, and it's going to come up blank, just like this. So since you know it's Travel for Less, then you're going to type in that information. Mine's going to be
or you can give it any name you want.
Yeah, you can put it any name you want. If you don't want to use Travel for Less but still use the same information, by all means do that. So this one's going to be Great Hotel Rates, and I might come back and change it later. I'm going to put it in draft, so that means I can change the title, but I do have a title in there. So I'm going to go to my Add Block, and I'm going to pull a media block out, or an image. This one's an image block. Pull out an image, and see right here where it says Insert URL. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to put that code I got from YouTube. And there's my YouTube code from my personal video that I downloaded. And I'm going to hit that right there, and it's going to pull that image up.
Not my Sephora code?
No, because I didn't use Sephora. But if you wanted to use your Sephora code, when you get in there, you will put that in your links. You will put it in any picture that you want to put in there. But you will have to get your Sephora code. And videos can't be linked. That's the other thing you got to remember, is videos can't be linked. So I'm going to come here and copy my Sephora code. I'm going to come back to my new page, and I'm going to write a caption. All right, so get great hotel rates with this new app. And then I'm going to highlight it, get my link, link it. It's auto saving, so it's not going to let me link it right now. All right, link. I'm going to paste my Sephora link in there. So there's my Sephora. I'm going to open it in a new tab and save. So
what you name it's going to be your SEO?
Huh?
What you name it's going to be your SEO. Like you have great hotel rates, so that's going to be your SEO on the page.
Yeah, that can be, yeah. And this is my title, and it can also be my focus keyword, or I can just put, you know, like I said, this is just something off the cuff. I might come in here and expand this a little bit. But as far as my key phrase, so when I come down here and do my focus key phrase, I'm going to put in. And I don't like using the word cheap. A lot of people put cheap. I don't like cheap because cheap, the word itself implies not good things. So I'm going to put great hotel rates, or you can put amazing rates with app, but then you have the word with, and Google will say that's a stop word because people don't usually put that in there, or that's what they used to say. But a lot of people put those words in there now because they want a specific location. They're looking for specific information. So, and so that's how, you know, I'll put, and like I said, I'll probably come and change it and tweak it. But for right now, that's what's going to be my keyword. And people might be looking for, you know, they're just looking for hotel rates. They might be looking for low hotel rates or comparable hotel rates. It just, you know, depends. You can do research on stuff. I think Paul had some webinar a few weeks ago where he actually sent the list out with the keywords for hotels, rates, and things like that. I would get with your instructor to see if they have that copy. And you can use that when you're creating the page. I usually look and type in things that I know I'm going to be looking for. You know, if I'm looking for, you know, going on vacation, that's what I want to look for. I want to look for, you know, low cost hotels, you know, or comparable pricing. So it just depends on what you want to look for. And I'm going to save this in draft because, like I said, I'm going to come back and be playing with this. So we're going to put this in draft. But Miss Constance, that's what you can do, is just go to YouTube, and it gives you the option to apply for a YouTube channel, is to get your own YouTube channel, and you can label it private. And in that way, nobody can search it. It's just there for you to use privately, and your information will not be accessed on the web.
Fabulous.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. So, yeah, you can just put it as private. Then that way it's just for you to use to download your videos and get that code, because that's about the only way that I've found so far that you can get your code for your personal videos in your website. I'm still working on it because there should be another way, but with it being in block form and it needs that code, you can't upload it into anything because of it being coded, especially if it's coming from your iPhone. Or, like mine's coming from my iCloud, it doesn't like the coding there. So I found this is the best way to do it. Just go ahead and download them into your into a folder on your site or your iCloud, and then just get this YouTube channel and have it uploaded. And then once it's uploaded, then it creates its own code that you can use to put in your system.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss Sheila,
Yes.
one question about Facebook. When I created a page, it says create page at username. Is that where you put your Indian Chief 1?
Yes, your username, if it's a brand new page, then you should be able to access it with your regular Facebook information. It shouldn't be two separate entities. So if you went to your regular Facebook page, which is your home page, and you went down to where it says pages right here.
Yes, I created a page and it says create page at username. And I was just wondering.
Yeah, so what it's telling you is to label your page so you know the distinction. Mine's Shop On with Mama Chief because that's my website. So you can name it. So that's what you want to do, is name your page so that it's not your personal page. That's your work page.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Because I think that's it for our different topics today.
Yeah, thank you. I know how to do the page now, I think.
Okay.
I was struggling with that.
A quick question. It's Constance. Okay, when I'm getting encouraged now, where I'm going to start really working on my pages and getting Lori's thing out of there. I'm not sure I'm going to put links in yet, but if I don't, let's say we go to automobiles or whatever it is, okay, and I really don't want that part of my milieu of
Mm-hmm.
So I just go to I don't have the name in front of me, but I go to a page, whatever the page is, and I unlink it, take all the links out, and then do what? That I just don't want that to be part of.
All right. So what you want to do is, I always tell my students we're going to start with our all pages. That way you don't skip anything. If you're in the menu, Roy said starts with the menu, go through each menu section. That's good to get a general consensus, but all of your pages are not in your menu. So I've learned over the time I've been in here to start with all pages, and just go down, start with the first one. This is something I've added, so it might change depending on how you add it. It's in numerical alphabetical order. So if you come through here and you see something that you're like, okay, I know I'm not going to market that. There's no way in God's green earth I'm going to touch that. I don't want it. Then you have options. So what you can do is, like right here, you can go to edit. And if you know for a fact, I always go to quick edit. All right. You don't want to trash anything until your system is complete. That means you've modified everything that you can modify.
You disappeared.
You've added your own pages. You don't want to trash anything. You've added your own pages and you're looking at your system and you're like, I'm finished. I'm adding stuff constantly and my mind still hasn't changed about this topic. I'm not going to use it. Then and only then do you trash it. Any other time you come and you put it right here where it says status, published. You don't want it published. You want it in draft. That way it goes in draft. Now what you also have to do is, because you've put it in draft, that means that page is no longer accessible. So if you have it linked anywhere in your system, you have to go and break that link. That does not mean you need to take out that information, because that's still good reading information for quality content. You don't always have to link everything in your page. So if you take a link out and the material is still relevant, that means people still looking for it. It's still good information. You can leave the information, just take the links out.
Gotcha.
But if you, after you finished your system and you're very comfortable with it, and you come back and you look at all the stuff that's in your trash or in your draft, and you've noticed, I'm not using that, I know I'm never going to be using that, then trash it, get rid of it. But
okay.
I always say,
I didn't want to trash it. I just wanted to know that I'm not focusing, or really don't want anybody to be focusing on it. And but I will leave it there for the possibility.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you just never know who you're going to be approved for. You don't know how the trends might change, the marketing might change, and what you have in draft now might be a hot topic that you, all of a sudden, instead of you having to create from scratch, you already have a draft material that you can go and tweak and use it.
Yeah, but Sheila, cars and I don't think are ever going to be
Trust me. All you got, if it's a car and it's a part, somebody out there is going to want it, whether or not you know what you're talking about or not. Just tell them, hey, you can get this cheap price for so and so.
Well, and
because there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of now. For some reason, older cars are coming back. It's trending, and people are looking to rebuild and remodel and update these cars, refurbishing them. And so they're becoming a hobby. And like my husband, we have a Mustang, and he tweaks on it all the time. He's always looking for the next hot pipe to put on it, or the next module to put in it, or, changing the seats, from regular seats to race car seats, getting hot. So men in general, not saying women are not there either, but men in general are always looking for something for their cars. Right now, Jeeps is a big item. Four-wheeling is a big thing here in the South. So people are always looking for parts because they're breaking them. Hunting, if they're hunting, they have any kind of hunting equipment. Their 4x4s, their sidecars, anything like that. They got to look for parts, and they don't want to go out to town. If they can get it online and shipped to them, they prefer to do that. So there's a bunch of Jeep places and car park places on CJ that all you have to do is just say, hey, you need this model vehicle part, we got it. That's all you need to say. You don't need to know a lot. But like I said, you just never know what the trends might be. So that's why I'm kind of leery of trashing information, especially if it can be tweaked later.
Okay, I didn't want to trash. I just didn't want to have to keep looking at it.
And that's
I have trashed a few, and I didn't know that you could put them in your draft. That's something else I learned.
Yep. And so all you have to do is just, when you go to quick edit, just look down towards the bottom, and it'll say the status. Most of them will be published. All you have to do is change the status to draft, but then you got to go through and find all the pages that's related to that, and make sure that there's no link.
So that's what I should do with Boscov's, because I don't have Boscov's yet. I should put it in.
No. Because Boskov, when you come to edit a page and it's an affiliate that you don't have access to, Boskov used to be really quick. They were one of the first ones you could get to, but for some reason they've changed their status and their parameters, and now it's very difficult to get approval. Even some of us that had approval, they took it from us. There's too many other clothing companies out there. Just find a different clothing company to put in there. If you don't have one yet, get with your instructor, because I sent out a list a couple months ago of all the different programs you should be able to get approval with CJ on. And there's
I can't get approval with any of them. I mean, it's been 2 weeks I've been trying to get approval. I still haven't got any email.
Yep, I'll get with your instructor. She should have that list. If not, tell her, say, can you get with Sheila and get her CJ approval list? There's at least 7 women's clothing companies you should get immediate approval for. However, with that being said, if you have not changed the name of your website, if it still says Online Amazing Offers, they're going to decline you, and they're going to red flag you. So you need to make sure you've changed the name of your website. Not your
Is that
template,
important?
but your
I don't
website.
have a name for my website.
You need to get one. That could be why you're not getting approved, because they know Roy sends out templates and it's called Online Amazing Offers. So they're assuming that you are still using a template and that your website is not valid yet.
Okay.
So, and if you don't know how to change your name, it's fairly simple. You're going to come here to where it says appearance, and you're going to go to where it says header. And in this header is where you can actually customize your website. You can change the background. You can change your pictures. You can change the color of your lettering on your menu. You see all of mine's pink or fuchsia. That's my color. I like, that's just always been the color I like to write in. But here's your menu for customization. You can change your site identity. You can put your social media. You can change your color, your images, your background. But for this, what you're going to do is go to where it says your site identity. And once that comes up, then you see your site title. If you have not changed your name, then this will still say Online Amazing Offers, and it won't have a tagline. You don't necessarily have to have a tagline. It's not, you know, it's a requirement, but you do need to have a site title besides Online Amazing Offers. So that is one of the main things you want to do. Once you have it, your title, you want to go ahead and hit published, and it will change immediately. And then, because what they're doing is the people in CJ, they do come and look at your website. And if it still says Online Amazing Offers, then it's not, you probably won't get approval. You have to, because they're thinking that you do not have a valid website, that you're still using a template. And I do have one of my good friends who's an instructor, had one of his students got declined because that's what they told him, that you are submitting a template for approval. And he's red flagged.
Boy.
So you need to make sure that you go to this site identity and change the name. Not your domain, like mine's 5e95.com. That's your domain name. That's something you cannot change. But you can change your name, your site title. So you want to do that first. And think about how you want to be represented, because this is something you don't want to change over and over and over. Well, I like this name better. Well, I like this name better. Because once you start advertising, then that's what people's going to associate with. So if you change it and people are looking for, you know, shop with Mama Chief, and I've changed it to something else, and they come and start looking for shop with Mama Chief and it's not there, then they're going to think I've gone out of business and I've lost a customer, you know, or a client. So once you find a name, make sure you stick to it, especially if you're advertising.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, get with your instructor, because I did put on the instructor's board a list, and there's about 70 different companies out there that you should get immediate approval for. And at least 5 of them are women's clothing. If you don't, yeah, if you don't have it.
Can you post that site like in chats right here so we can get it?
I can try. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. I don't know if it'll let me do a file. I can try my best. Hold on.
I got a friend of mine that commented on the fact I do those little things, Sheila, like when I'm concentrating on something.
Yeah, it only will let me type and post the links. And since it's a file, I don't think it's going to let me send the file.
Well, I got a lot to do this week, I'll tell you.
Let's see. I'm going to try, see what it'll do. It probably won't do it.
If you put it on Skype, we could retrieve it. I mean, I know I have it. I have the.
Yeah. But I don't have access to everybody on Skype, and I don't know if their instructors would approve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't say a bad word. Okay.
Well, see, Skype tried to make me add everybody that they had on the list. I go, no. No,
Yeah.
that's who I have, and I
Yeah,
know.
Cindy, I actually have a YouTube channel, so I will send you. Hold on, I'll get my YouTube channel. And I'll be posting this up as soon as it gets finished downloading. So I'll post my YouTube channel out there for y'all to go through. And I have all the trainings that we have, except for the one we missed so far. I do have one in there that has a glitch in it. For some reason, it's not playing. And I'm going to go and be looking at that.
And what's that under videos or?
YouTube.
How do you find that under the video section on your page?
No, I'm actually getting ready to post my YouTube channel.
But when you go on your YouTube page, there's all kinds of links.
Yeah, each one should be labeled because you want to look at the ones that's labeled, because I have it like training. I'll say training date, and it'll have the date of the actual training.
But it won't tell you what's in the training.
No, I don't label it that way. I just put in there the date of the training and try to give a general overall information on what we covered.
Okay.
I try to generalize it, but then it becomes a little, I can't get everything in there because they only give me so much space to type in there. So that's why normally I just put the date of our training and try to put a little, like today I'll probably put on there internal links. What did I go over? Internal links, Facebook, and classic blocks, probably what I've put on there for today's date. But yeah, if you go to my channel, and it'll have all of my videos on there, and just go to the ones like this one will say Zoom training 3:30, Zoom training.
That's March 30th, right?
Yeah, so you just want to go to all the Zoom trainings there. So I'm trying to figure out where the rest of my trainings are.
I had to go back to your other site to find them. Yeah, I've never seen all the personal things, so that was a surprise.
Yeah, this is I just added these this week.
Yeah, like, so, oh, what's here?
Yeah, so yeah, if you go to my my YouTube channel and just go to where it says videos, then it should have all of my videos that I've uploaded. God, I didn't know we started this in January. Did y'all? I mean, December. We started this in December. Hallelujah. Okay. So
I started training in
that's the
November.
date. Some of them I did try to incorporate. Bless me.
Yeah, bless
God
you.
bless you.
Incorporate what we did, like this one's using Grambler, which is a great online Instagram program. Instead of using it on your phone, you can use it on your computer, and just have more stuff. Some of them, you know, didn't even label, but it's Zoom. Anything that says training or Zoom will be one of our trainings. Here I tried to, you know, link stuff, and then it kind of took it away from me. But all of them should be there. We only do them once a week. Some of them I didn't record. All of them, they might not be there. But for the most part, we should have everything on there that we've recorded since we started.
You know, even though it says titles, Sheila, there's sometimes so many wonderful tangents that you went off of. So, you know, maybe someone should just, you know, turn it on and listen, do the dishes.
And it does go long, and we do get sidetracked sometime, but it's all good information that you can use. And then, like I said, just because it is a video, just take what you can out of it and use it. The good thing about videos, I do it today. I'll go through and listen to Rory. Some of them I know by heart, but it just depends on the frame of mind that you're in at that particular time and what you catch when you're listening to it. You might be listening for something specific and totally miss something that's really important that you're going to need later. So it just depends on the frame of mind you're in when you're listening to a video, what you catch and what you don't catch. You don't always absorb everything that you hear or see on a video. So that's why we say watch it as many times as you want to, as you can, because you'll learn something different every time. I still do. And I've been in this business for, you know, over a year, and I still learn something new. You know, even when I talk to Rory, or, you know, he talks about different programs, it's like, oh yeah, that's how that works. And I've heard it, but it didn't sink in because that's not what I was concentrate on. But when I needed it, I knew where I could go and look for it, you know, at least had a direction on where to go. So that's why I said, you know, a video, just take what you need at the time, and go and do what you can. If you come across something in the video and say, oh yeah, that's what I need, then stop the video, go and do your pages or update or whatever you need to do based on what you just learned. Don't try to absorb it all at one time because it's going to be really overwhelming. Take it in piecemeal until you get comfortable enough with yourself that you can go and create from beginning to the end and be comfortable with it. Just remember, this is your business to work it as you see fit. Don't consider it a hobby. It is a business. If you consider it a hobby, then you're going to work it like a hobby and then you're going to be disappointed and drop it like a hobby. It is a business. And treat it as such. That means you got to put in the time more so than you would a regular job without seeing the pay up front. But it will pay off in the long run. Trust me. I know about it. It does pay off in the long run. Excuse me?
Did you find the CJ affiliates that we can get links from?
I did.
I missed it?
It won't come through because it won't let me put it in there. It won't allow me to upload a folder. Yeah.
Can I ask you about the letter for CJ? I mean, I know the letter that they ask you to write this letter. I don't know if I'm over 300 words. Is that too much or?
No, they want a minimum, and you have to describe your website to CJ. If you do not word it correctly, you will not get approved for a lot of the sites. The one key thing you want to remember when you are describing your site is you want to let them know that you are an affiliate marketer and that you are not limiting yourself to any particular marketing line, that you want to explore every option available to you, that you want to hit every market that you have, but you do specialize in, and then you put what your strong suits are. Like with Miss Constance, she doesn't particularly care for automotive, so she don't want to put in there, hey, I love working with cars and parts and stuff. That's not her. But she's still letting them know, hey, I want to explore every option that I have at my disposal, that, you know, you have a good following, you have a website that is active on Google. You want to let them know your website is active on Google, and it is. You want them to know that you are expounding on it every day, that you have reaches in other countries besides the United States, which we do. We have Germany, we have Australia. For our wine, we have the UK. Your PBS is marketable in all countries. It's worldwide. So you want to let them know that. You want them to, give them some background on yourself, that you are enjoying what you do, that you're an avid writer if you like to write, or that you're good at marketing, that you have an abundance of friends, that you have a network that you're dealing with. Do not mention Rory at all. Just work on just yourself, because CJ is an individual entity, but they are the umbrella for all these other companies. So be honest in it, but also let them know that, hey, you want your hands in as many pots as you can get, relatively speaking.
And I talk a little bit about, like, when I was in New York City, the garment industry is pretty famous, and working as a salesperson there for the years that I did.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. And, you want it to be personable, but still business minded.
Okay.
Yeah. And
are you going to tell the instructors? Are you going to ask the instructors to send us that link for CJ?
I can't. That's what you have to do, because I don't know who all your instructors are. So you just need to Skype your instructor and say, hey, can you send me the link that Sheila sent out for the CJ affiliates? They'll know what it is. If they don't, they know how to get in touch with me.
Okay. Thank you, Sheila.
You're welcome, dear.
Sheila, thank you. I really was stumbling on words and what words not to use. So thank you for giving me some outlines. I really help.
No problem. And just remember, CJ is the only one that will ask that. And like I said, CJ is, because they are so big and they house some of the biggest companies to be marketing with, they want to make sure that you're going to stick around. These bigger companies, if you get denied, don't let it bother you because they're still going to be there. The reason you got denied is because you're too new. If you haven't changed your website name, that's another one. You don't have traffic coming, so that means you're not advertising anything. I always tell my students, I don't care if your system's not finished. If you finished a couple of pages and they're good and you're proud of them, throw them out there on your Facebook page, your social media. Let people know, hey, I got a new website. Come check it out. And just let them know it's a work in progress. You know, I'm still working on it, but can you check out the few of the things that I've done? You can tell them, hey, I got a new blogging page. Can you read it for me? Post some of the stuff out on the free ad sites, especially right now with Russell Stover's. You should get Russell Stover's immediately. It's chocolate. You got Easter. You got Mother's Day. You got, 1-800-Flowers or Florals, 1-800-Florals, something like that. You should get that one immediately. You got Mother's Day coming up.
That's what I get. How do I get Russell Stover's? Is that with Brunette? Is that with
Russell Stover's? Is with CJ. Is with CJ. Yeah.
So they have to accept me first.
Yes.
Okay. They have.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's immediate.
When you go to CJ and all you do is click in the name, type in the name, and it will ask you to join program. And they will tell you 3 different things. One, they'll say congratulations and welcome to the program, which means you can start immediately. The other one, they'll tell you this company reserves the right to review your information. They'll get back to you. And usually if they approve you, it takes about 48 hours before they approve you. If they decline you, it takes about the same amount of time, and they'll send you, they won't send you anything, but if you look in your email in CJ, because you do have an email, it'll tell you in there if you've been declined. The other one is a straight out decline. It says you've been declined. If you have any questions, please, go to your affiliate and ask questions. And you can go and ask them, hey, what do I need to do to get approval? And they will tell you what you need to do.
Okay, but other places like Brunette Marketing and all, I'm still crazy about how do I get accepted? Where do I go to get it? Which one is
Brunette Marketing and CJ is automatic. You don't need to get approval for them. If you filled out the information and you can click in there, all of those are immediate approvals.
Even without the letter? I have to do the letter to CJ first.
CJ is the only one. Yeah, CJ.
I haven't done my letter.
Yeah, ClickBait. Yeah, me and Miss Linda Marie on our next session Tuesday. That's what we're going to do. We got to get you in ClickBait. But you already did. You've already done it because you're in there. Remember, I sent you yours.
Yes.
I sent you yours. Yeah, Miss Linda Marie. I sent you yours. You're already in. So, but
I haven't done my letter yet.
I can remember. No, you already did. Yeah, you're already in CJ, so you're good.
Okay.
We already took care of that.
Let's talk about this next time. I'm just still.
Yeah, we went over a lot today, so I think that's enough for y'all to get started on your homework. That's what I say. Get started on your homework. The 2 things you need to concentrate on most is if you don't have them, is make sure your website name is changed from Online Amazing Offers. Number 2 is you want to make sure your Response Magic Magnet is on your page. And then number 3, you want to start and modify your pages. If you don't know where to start, you can start with your menu. Just go one section at a time. If you've already done that and don't know if you've changed, then go to where it says all pages and just start at page 1. Article 1 and go down the line and work on that. But don't get overwhelmed and think you have to do everything at one time. The major thing that you want to make sure you've done is get all your links changed. Once you get your links changed, you can come back and do your modifications because your website is live and active. People can search it based on keywords that are in your system. If it happens to come up and your links aren't changed, then Rory potentially could be getting your money, basically. So my biggest thing is just to make sure that all your links are changed. Once your links are changed in your website, then come back and start with your modifications, because then the biggest hurdle is done. Your links are done. You're monetized your website. Then you can come back.
But people are coming in and looking, I changed things, are looking at the same talking, the same verbal, speaking that Rory uses. I mean, I don't want to
know that. See, that's what a lot of people are stressing about. They don't know that. They're looking at your website, not Rory's.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I thought I had
No, see, yeah, because what a lot of people, there's like, well, I got the same site as everybody else. That is true. You have a template. But what is also true is when they click on your link, that's your website they're looking at. They don't know that Rory has one just like yours because they don't have them side by side. All they see is the link they pulled up, which is your website. Now, if your link is not in your website and there's still Roy's, then Roy could potentially be getting your sale. That's why I said change all your links.
Okay.
These people searching the website, these people searching the website, they don't know anybody else has a website just like yours. All they see.
I was afraid of that. I was afraid that what's the point of getting rid of the links? I still have his template, his talking, but now you explained it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't know. Just like when you go and search stuff on Google, you don't know if somebody else has that same thing. How do you know? You only pulled up what you clicked on. That link that you clicked on pulls up one specific page for what you were searching for. It didn't pull up everybody else's. And that's what they see. They don't see that, hey, somebody else has a page just like yours. The only people that see that is Google when they do those Google bots when you go in to apply for Google AdSense. They tell you your page is just like somebody else's. They're the only ones that can see that. Nobody else. So people on Google that's searching for stuff, they have no clue that your website's exactly like somebody else's. No clue. All they see is what they were looking for. You just got to make sure that when they pull up your page and they shop it, that link's yours.
Gotcha.
That's all. Yeah, that's all you're concerned with. Get those links changed, then do your modification. Because then if they're searching on you for you and come across you, you're covered. Don't worry about the verbiage. Get those links changed. Do the verbiage after all your links are done.
Well, does CJ carry Amazon?
No, Amazon's a totally separate affiliate, and you do not want to apply for Amazon affiliation until your website is done and you got traffic.
Okay.
Is it because they'll take it away from you if you don't have enough traffic?
They will. They'll take it away. They sure will. So you want to make sure before you apply for Amazon affiliate, you have traffic coming to your system, it's stabilized, and it's completely changed.
Now, Sheila, I remember you said at one point for Google AdSense approval, you have to have at least 2 posts, but what's the minimum amount of pages that you have to have?
If you have less than 100 pages in your website, you most likely are going to get denied by Google.
Okay. So you can have more than 2 posts, correct?
Yes, you can, but they need a minimum of 2 posts, which means on your homepage you have at least 2 different 2 different articles on your homepage. You need at least 2. But you don't want to have it overloaded. I had one student, he had like 10 different ones on post. And what he didn't know is he thought that when he was adding a page, he was actually adding the page, but it wasn't. He was adding post. So you got to be aware that so be aware that when you're creating a new page, that it actually says page and not post.
So you're saying when you do your post, like I know, like I've seen, there's only like, let's say wine or chocolate or what's the other one on your post. So that means it's just a taste. It's like a little whetting your appetite to keep looking for other things.
No, a post is exactly that. It's just a post is something that is stationary. That means you're not going to change it. It's there.
Right. That's my first opening. That's my first opening to me.
And my post is my thank you. It's the welcome to my page and thank you for coming. For Google, you do not want anything that has an age not discrimination, but an age limitation to it. Like the wine, you have to be at least 21. So you don't want wine on your homepage, because if somebody's searching for your site, you got to remember everybody can search the website, can search the web. So any age. So you want to make sure that your homepage or your post are age appropriate.
Okay.
So you don't want anything that's risque or can be misconstrued as risque. You don't want anything that could potentially get into the wrong hands. So that's why I said wine is not a good thing to put on your website, on your homepage. Mine is my thank you and updates, for different
like
things.
Clothes, you've got, it's not everything that you have in your menu.
No.
It's a nibble.
It's just a taste that's there. And, I have a few things that they can come here and look for, but it's not anything that's jumping right out at them. Just here and there, just things that they can see when they come in my website. My homepage is fairly long, so, and then I said, thank you. And then my second one is about personal loans, because people's always looking for money, ways to get out of debt. So it just depends on what matters to you or what you want to put on there that you know you're not going to change, you're not going to mess with. It's stationary.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, if we're good, then I think we're going to call it a day. Everybody
Thank
good?
you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you
welcome.
so much.
All right.
See you next Saturday.
Next Saturday, I'll be in Virginia and we'll be on the ball field. So y'all hear me yell every once in a while.
I live in Virginia. I live in Virginia near Richmond. Where are you going to be?
We're going to be, was it New Salem or somewhere like that? I'll let you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I don't know if I can drive, but
Yeah.
I might
But
just
yeah.
pop up.
I'll be up there, but my husband has the name. But I know we've been there before. We've been there like 3 years in a row, and I never know where it's at. But yeah, but I know it's in the mountains.
I would just like to know where you are. Just not that I'm going to pop up.
Hey, come on, we can chat. All right, everybody, y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to go watch my husband play some ball.
Good, thank you.
Recording.
Thanks again.
And get with the instructor if you have any questions. I'll be here next week. But yeah, most definitely get with them and ask for that information. If they don't have it, they know how to get in touch with me. Okay.
All right. Don't forget to put this online.
Will do. Don't forget Tuesday night call. Get with the instructor. They did change the call number. I can't remember what it was. So get with the instructor for the new call number for Tuesday and Wednesday night calls. And again, if you're not in one of the anchor offers, find a way to get in one of them.
You want the number? I have the number in front of me, the new number.
Girl, I can't remember. They got it. They can get you.
Okay, fine.
Yep. All right, darlings, y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.